afternoon for more Link to the Past randomizer action here. What's the old man going to say this time? Well, the chest is a secret to everybody.
That's generally an okay start, right? When the chest is a secret.
Better than the bad luck message. Piece of heart turns out to be our chest for the start.
But that's just the same as always. It's always either 20 rupees or a piece of heart. Lame.
Those are the ones that had the most potential.
Yep, because there are 28 sets of red rupees and obviously 24 pieces of heart, as there are in the standard game. So, yeah, there's a high chance of that happening, I suppose.
So here's the statistics for these two racers. In race number 1, Iggy beat Crrool with a time of 1:47.20.
That's pretty good.
Crrool finished in second there, 1:58.37, so 11-minute difference between the two. So let's have a good close race between these two.
So that's, oh man, a second piece of heart as well. That sounds like it could be chalked up to a routing decision as much as anything else. I know execution can matter a lot as well, but execution at this level doesn't usually account for 11 minutes. Not in my experience, anyway. So,
Indeed. Hyrule Castle, get bomb, get girl, get chests. Same different, same stories before. Let's tell some stories here, Gamer Cal.
Right, what do you want to mention?
Well, we can talk about things that are going on here in the Link to the Past randomizer tournament. We can talk about new logic that's coming out. Yeah,
so I tried there's new goals being set for the victory condition stuff now in the most recent update on the site. So you can actually race to pull the Master Sword rather than the just beat Ganon, or you can race to do all dungeons, which is pretty cool. There's one that's going to be made fairly soon where you have to, I believe it's collecting 20 items of some description. I believe it's stars is what they're calling it, and that can be your alternate link on. Some interesting developments coming along. Oh, there's the fire rod! But neither of them picked up any magic from the start. This is something I've actually been doing recently because of the occasions where you do get magic items. It's picking up just one of the pots at the beginning, where, you know, in the second chest, basically. Because you always get 2 things of small magic there, because in vanilla you would get the lamp if you didn't pick it up in the house. And so they give you magic to use it with. Well, but neither of them did that, so there's no fast strat against the guard here.
Yeah, just throw the 2 pots at it. Yeah. That's what Iggy just did.
Oh,
there's the silver arrows.
That's pretty cool. I just seen, if you have a look on Crrool's side, that's just disappeared. There was a small magic drop from the guard there. You could have used that to actually fuel the fire rod, but Crrool actually picked up bombs before the fire rod, so maybe he didn't want to do them there. That is something Iggy doesn't have right now. So
well, maybe he just forgets the fact that he's got the fire rod because you never expect to have it at this time of the race.
This is true. It's very easy to forget this sort of thing.
But early silver arrows, early fire rod, this seed is already taking off for these guys. Could this be a stupid jet seed?
That could be interesting, because a lot of the time that sort of seed comes down to checking the right location at the right time. Whereas you've got about 6 or 7 different options as to where you can go, and it's just check that one correct one in order to get the final item you need.
So yeah, we were talking about that 20 logic here that allows you now to do pedestal percent, and that now gives you the Triforce as the end game. So that's an interesting addition.
Yeah, it's one I need to try. I tried the All Dungeons one hours ago before it started, and I found it kind of interesting as a one sort of final strategy for that, because you need to do both Ganon's Tower and Aghanim as well, like Aga 1 and 2 regardless. So it's kind of interesting you can actually mirror from the top of the pyramid to just go straight to Aga Tower afterwards. So if you don't need to do it beforehand in the siege, you can always do that instead. And just sort of save a bit of time a bit. Oh no! No!
But he can go back into the door if he wants, but he did not do. Oh my god, he left the bomb behind.
That's a stair transition. You can't do that.
Oh, that stairs, never mind. Yeah, you're right. Wow.
Oh dear. Now
Leaving
if
the bomb behind.
If he doesn't get one from a rat here, and if something is actually behind the bomb wall there, that is going to be very, very painful.
So here he goes up against the rats and money. There's
That's
the
not
key.
what he needs.
He's running out of opportunities.
There's what, 5 rats in this room?
There are. Can somebody drop him a bomb? Arrows? Come on.
Okay, there's more than 5.
Come on. Last chance. Chase the rat down. No.
Oh no! So now we're gonna find out from Crrool's end whether this is actually irrelevant or not. But even if it's not, this is something Iggy's gonna want to come back and do later anyhow.
Ooh,
oh, tempered sword is
tempered
big.
sword.
That's good. That is really good. Significant offensive advantage to Crrool here.
And bombs.
Oh no!
Totally bombs.
So as soon as you go up those stairs, there is no way back. You cannot actually get the item again because the push block actually goes back to its regular spot, and it's designed in such a way that you cannot go backwards through that. Even if you got something like the hook shot and were able to do an item ping through that, there's no way back. There's nothing you can hook shot onto. So ouch.
With that being said, Iggy probably said a few 4-letter words at that point. Like, nah, I can't say here.
So, slight divergence here. Iggy's just going straight for the Lost Woods, whereas Crrool is going up to check the Lumberjack. And
information?
Oh, blue tier is still blue rupees, okay. So, we're probably going to see the green tier as the other one that gets pulled here.
Oh, there's a bottle with a fairy in it. You might want that. And a piece of
I don't know if you would really accept strangers, especially strange ladies in a woodland environment like this, but beggars can't be choosers, right?
I could say a joke right now, but it's not family friendly, and it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, East Coast time.
We're not at the watershed yet, so. Oh, yeah, that's right. From the Deku Princess from Majora's Mask. That's the one you could sort of refer to it from there. That's pretty cute, actually. About that one.
All right, let's see what's inside the Thieves Hut today. A piece of love, some rupees, and some arrow increases. Now, wouldn't it be funny if Iggy found the butter sword?
That would be pretty good. Because I guess that would, if you will, nullify the advantage. But again, Iggy's still going to want to go back and check that stuff later, so...
Iggy needs 3 more rupees. He's short of what he needs to the bottle vendor.
Yeah, that's not bad, though, because you just go Kakariko well next anyway, and there's you have to take 5 rupees to get to the piece of heart chest in there anyhow.
Yep,
so...
you're right. There's money to be made in there.
The usual thing is, so long as you have at least 50 rupees and 2 bombs before you get into Kakariko, then there's never any worry about that.
Magic cape! And there's the boots.
The boots! That's pretty good. I do like me some cape, though. There's a very underrated item by a lot of people.
Oh,
red mail as well! Okay.
So I'm thinking... Yes, the lumberjack item is not required, but is this seed going to force these guys to an Aga-1 fight?
It could do.
We don't know.
So now we just need the magical boomerang, and then we have the mushroom, I suppose. Maybe Moonpoke can count as well. Then we have all the red items. Oh, King of Samaria, yeah. 4 more red items to find, but it's a very danger sign seed at the moment, right? Because we've got so many red items.
Now the question is when will Iggy get the power glove? Because that would allow him to get back into Kakariko, rather the escape.
Yeah. So just seeing the red mail on Crrool's side there. Pretty good pickup.
And let's see what the sick kid has for that bottle you found in the wood. His heart. Well, that's why he's sick.
Yeah, no wonder. Something tells me you shouldn't be giving that away.
Yeah, and we get a bonk on Crrool's end.
Ah, not the end of the world.
And 20 rupees in the library. Somebody just dropped their change.
More red.
What's going to be at the race game?
Even more red.
Is
this the Valentine scene secretly?
Let me see. This is May 7th, 2017 for people who are watching this in later times. No, this is not Valentine's Day.
So
we're still
Iggy, not checking the water, the dam either. That's interesting.
There's people who make decisions to skip that at first and then get back to it when they get over towards the desert. You know, if there's something good in there, then Iggy's going to regret it. Crrool probably will head over that direction at some point in time.
I mean, I guess I could see it. It's if you're planning on going that direction anyway, it's not necessarily so bad. Oh, there's the mirror though.
300 rupees. More bombs that Iggy wish he could have gotten during escape.
Well, that's pretty good. Having the mirror there, when he does decide to go to check those 2 items now at the dam, he'll be able to use that mirror to make the block disappear, so he doesn't have to do the 2 trips.
Oh, all 3 dungeons in the light world are crystal dungeons.
That's pretty good. Were any of them 5 or 6?
I didn't see. I think there were 1, 4, 7. I know 1 and 4 showed up. I don't know what the desert was.
That'd be pretty fitting. 1, 4, and 7. Just symmetrical numbers. Oh, half
magic for that fire rod they picked up.
Yeah, goes very. I was about to say, it goes very nicely with the fire rod they got there.
It was 1, 2, 4.
1, 2, 4. Okay, well that's still pretty good too because it doubles every time. So.
Single rupee, red rupee.
Oh, I was hoping
red rupee. Oh, it's in symmetrical shape.
That's true, because in the middle, I was secretly hoping it would just have been 1, 5, and 20 though. So that would have been funny.
Yep.
But, oh well.
Iggy now checking the lumberjack cave.
Be special there. Lots of safe warping at the start here, which is good. You want to make as much use of that as possible before you get the flute.
Looks like Crrool's hoping to skip over the swamp area too, and looks like Iggy's just going to swap position. So these two are going to where the other just went.
That's interesting. Okay. Iggy going slightly too far, probably because a guard was in the way, and he doesn't have the tempered sword to just wreck everything so far.
Yeah, if only he got a bomb during escape. Oh wait.
Whoops.
And he probably was just smacking his face over his head at that point the minute that he saw that.
Yeah, on a scale of like 1 to 10, how tilted would that make you at the start of one of these?
Considering that it was the only bomb drop and then the game taunts you with bombs in the Sanctuary's chest, about 1,000.
Right, okay. So, this is a slight difference. Ice Rod Cave is going to get checked here. Cool. Iggy not wanting to go into Eastern without the bow. Kind of understandable. Oh!
Iggy going... Oh. He's going to go Aga 1. Because he's got the cape with the fighter sword.
Yep, okay, he's got the fire rod, so that'll be okay.
Oh, wait. Yeah, he is going Aga 1. And I just missed what Crrool picked up out of the ice chest.
It was a heart piece. I've got his audio playing, so I heard the significant thing. It's the only item that makes a different sound, and it's kind of nice.
Ow! That hurt.
Did he just dash through there and take a hit?
Yes, he did.
Oh, why is... I was gonna say, use the fire rod. You have the power of pyrotechnics. Make use of it.
Crrool now checking to see what's going on over here with the hobo. Iggy slowly killing things with a fighter sword. Heart piece on Hylia Island.
So this is a big gamble coming. Oh, yeah, Fate Flippers.
Who died?
Yeah, in Fate Flippers you get one shot by anything to save the soft lock, so... It'll be interesting to see if he tries again, actually.
Well, Well, he...
Nah, he's going to the...
He's going to head over swamp.
Yeah. So, not gonna try that again in a moment. It's always heartbreaking when you end up losing time to that, because it's like, especially if it turns out to be important, because like, oh, if I'd have just not been hit by this stupid thing here. Vanilla bombs out of that chest. Thankfully not with the text that it have in the vanilla game, however.
Yeah, if you want to throw your bombs, press A.
I didn't know that, thank you for telling me.
Yeah, it's not like the game tells you 17 times.
No.
So nothing important inside the chest, but Crrool is going to pick up the 50 rupees because he needs to make an investment soon.
Iggy's got to watch his magic here. The spear actually, the thrown spear actually deflected the fire rod shot, which is always funny to see, but yeah, there's enough magic to use it.
Oh,
yeah.
What was that? What was that on the desert ledge? Was that the hammer?
I didn't see it. I was too busy looking at the fire strats for Iggy there.
I just barely saw it. Yeah, it was the hammer.
Nice, okay. So we need to find a book then. ASAP.
Book? Or flute plus Titansmith plus Moon Pearl.
Yeah, well, mirror. Yeah, they've got the mirror, so you don't actually need the pearl for that aspect, because you can make it up to that spot with just bunny walking.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're correct. Crrool is opting to go. Looks like Eastern Palace now.
That's pretty fair. There are more. There's at least 2 items you can get in here. If you're lucky and there's map or compass at the Armor's Knights, there's a 3rd one. It could be, however unlikely, it could be possible the bow is here. I've seen it several times where bow's in vanilla spot, and that can be rather entertaining.
And Iggy going up against Zagnum.
It's clearly cheating because he doesn't have the bug net, but we'll let it slide.
Yeah, I know. I know. But the game didn't want to give them the bug net. Now, what if the bug net's right there on the pyramid ledge?
That would be pretty entertaining to watch, I will admit.
To be fair with what Iggy is doing, there's really nothing that we've seen that's progressed this game besides what it's handed these players so far.
Yeah.
So we're gonna find out if there's something important here. If it's not, then Iggy just spent the last 4 or 5 minutes here killing Ganon for no reason.
Yeah, and it will pretty much not matter whether Ganon gets killed or not, because the item from the Lumberjacks is irrelevant. Oh dear.
Ooh, it's just a piece of heart, just like the vanilla.
The gamble does not pay off. So Crrool is probably never killing Agar in this seed unless there is...
You know what that means?
No way. What?
There's gotta be something here in Eastern.
Yes,
there's gotta be something here at Eastern to move the seed along.
Yes, because we currently don't have any way to get to Zora within the game logic. You could fake flippers and get stuff there, but that isn't required. So,
and there's also no way to get up to Death Mountain on this logic currently either.
Oops. Bit too high up there, cool.
Yeah.
No, so where are they? Where are they?
Yeah, when you miss up the glitch just a little bit, you have to sit there and wait.
Oh, that's unlucky too, because he's already had the compass here, so there will only be 2 items available, unless one of them's the bow.
But there's gotta be something here that moves the seed along. There's gotta be something.
That's not it.
Well, that's not it. Unless we're missing something.
See, here's the other problem now, with having already killed Ganon, is the light world gets changed, so Iggy is going to have a harder time going through some of these places than Crrool ever will in this seed. And that can make a difference.
He's going to have a harder time making his way over to Eastern, too.
And especially Death Mountain can be pretty difficult that way, too, because the Tektites can be really irritating when, you know, up and both just at Spectacle Rock and to the right of Tower of Terror.
So, what are we gonna find?
There it is! Bow!
The bow!
Okay, so that is one more possible thing in this dungeon. So,
Bow and Eastern.
There still has to be a progression item for the seed in this dungeon, though. Because the bow is good for now, but it doesn't actually progress the story.
Alright,
it just gives you the one extra item here. Now, if I was Crrool in this situation, I would probably take this right-hand side room first.
Yeah, he should because of the rupees, but he's not going to. Oh no, he is. He doubles back.
Bit of a shame he didn't pick up either of those blue rupees there, because I think if he picked up both of those, he would have exactly 5 after this.
Well,
no, there's more than I thought. Okay.
Yeah, there's 90 in this room.
Okay. Yeah, I for some reason thought there were 75 or something, so that wouldn't really make sense with it being symmetrical though.
So that's a huge time sink right there for Iggy, losing 5 minutes to Aga just to find a piece of heart. So we have to find something to move this seed along here on Crrool's End. Whether it be a flute, whether it be a power glove, Titan's mitt, or even the book. There's got to be something to move the seed along. So what do you guys think it's going to be?
As far as I've seen someone on removing squirrels there is actually magic powder that you can use to turn them into blobs, and the Quake Medallion can do the same thing. But the reason you don't see that being used very much is because they are incredibly slow things to use then.
Crrool having some tough archery skills right here.
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
There's the flute that gets him up to Death Mountain.
And is one of the 2 pieces of the puzzle to get the hammer right now.
So far this just seems like a complete right order seed right now, where it's sending him on one particular order.
What's interesting with this now is that he can do Tower of Terror, even if it requires the basement because of the fire rod. So there's plenty of scope to do a high number of item choices here, and if he manages to get the book up there, unlike Iggy, the Ether tablet will actually be available to Crrool.
Okay, Crrool's checking the Dash Cave first before making his way over to Kakariko Village. Was hoping he wasn't going to head on over to Death Mountain because he doesn't have a way up, but now he gets the half magic. Yep.
That was a fantastic time to do that, and it is one of the easier to forget places in the game. I believe I ranked that within the top 3 most forgotten places, so...
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, please stand and rise. It's time for the Swag Duck Anthem being performed on Crrool's End.
Once he manages to navigate the menu. That menu is butts right now, I've got to say.
There's no easy way to get to the flute.
There's no easy way to get to anything in that menu. The best you've got is the bow, bomb, cape synergy, and everything else is just impossible to reach. I would have taken that full magic there. Just because when you do... I mean, Iggy doesn't know he's going to be able to beat the boss here, which is more of a reason to take it because refill. But it doesn't take a lot of time up for that, and when he does beat the boss here, he's going to have to watch his magic bar refill. So, just a very minor thing, but these things can add up.
That's correct, and now it's time to take the old man home.
Which, funnily enough, when you're walking right next to the hole there, you walk faster. I don't remember when I noticed that, but when you're just walking just at the border of the hole, then you actually walk a bit quicker, and there's the Titan's Mitt!
No!
Oh!
There's the Titan's Mitt. Now we have access to more things.
He can get the hammer now.
And now that also gives him access to desert.
So, question then. Why doesn't he just go straight for the hammer here? I mean, Kane Samaria is pretty good.
Because I think the thing is...
Oh, there's the power club. Oh, goodness.
That's horrible. That's horrible. I think the thing is he's already up here. Why not go to Hera?
Yeah, but the flute spot takes you right back to where he was there, so it wouldn't be losing any time over it, and the hammer would let him explore the other side of Death Mountain.
You are right, and oops, he ran into the ball. Time for the text box.
Yeah, such a long text box, too. Jesus.
So you are right. That is actually a routing decision that could have been made here to quicken your access and get you to the 8 chests that are on the east side.
Admittedly, this is the sort of snap choice that you probably think about unless you've played way too much of this. But even so, it's just an interesting sort of question when you see how these guys play. And it's, well, what if you did this slight tweak instead? Oh, he's gonna go basement anyway.
Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be sitting here 25 seconds while Crrool watches tiles be hurled at him. What kind of things would Crrool be thinking about during this 25 seconds to reflect?
I wonder if he'd actually think, I could have gone and gotten the hammer before here now. Because, you know, or then again, maybe not, because he's actually doing something here. Most of the time what you would do is you would just hit the switch at the bottom and then use a ranged weapon like the fire rod, preferably, because it's fire rod preferred because you actually need it in the next room down anyway. And you would just make the block, make the crystal switch hit and just stand on one of the blocks whilst it's being hit. Also use the fire rod at the end there to kill the thing prematurely.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I wonder what I'm having for dinner. I'm wondering if I should have grabbed that hammer. I'm wondering where Iggy is right now.
Yeah, that's a good one to think of as well. Oh.
What am I gonna do after this race? When am I gonna schedule race 3 if I win it?
These are the things that keep us up at night.
I wonder if Iggy forgot to grab that bomb heading downstairs to, before heading downstairs in the middle of the sewers that yielded no bombs for him, so he couldn't get the tempered sword.
So, Crrool kind of forget that he had the tempered sword for a sec there. I guess that's just a sort of muscle memory type strat of using the pot against a guy there, but he could have just slashed it, you know, like he did the other two about half a second beforehand. So, I don't know. So, Iggy's gonna check out Desert now. He can't lift that yet.
Hey Iggy, you don't have a glove.
There it is, indeed, the hammer on there. So, yeah, Iggy's next call. Wow, he's got to do... Does he have to do Ice Rod Cave? I think he does, right?
No.
No?
What are we seeing here?
Indecision is what we're seeing, which is sometimes going to happen regardless. It is, it can be a rather paralyzing thing when you suddenly get like 5 different options as to where you can go, and it's like, oh, I kind of want to do this one. No, wait, I should be doing this.
By the way, Crrool got the moon pearl out of the big chest.
Oh, vanilla moon pearl. Is this even randomized? Wait, why? How did Moldov not die there? Didn't he get a spin attack on the first one, or was it a poke?
He may have poked it before the slash went through. That's what I'm thinking.
Ah, Iggy's also not going back for the hammer first. Oh well, and he just saw it too. Interesting.
Did he go see the old man though?
Yep.
Okay, so then he has the Titan's Mitt. Interesting decision.
This is what I was referring to about the Tektites before, because, and he's not even going to go and... I know why he's doing it that way, but I guess he should still be looking in the thing anyway, but he's going this way around because he doesn't have any means of... with the
hammer, there's our Dark World. We have Swamp, Palace of Darkness, and Turtle Rock are your Pendant dungeons. And Ether required for Misery Mire.
Okay.
And Turtle Rock being green, meaning Sastrella, probably not going to be seen today.
Yeah, that's really...
There's your Ice Rod. just because.
Turtle Rock not required, better give you the Ice Rod.
Hey, Crrool. We know that you just found out that Turtle Rock is a green pendant. Here's an Ice Rod for you. Have a nice day. Bye.
So this is a fantastic. This is something I'm really doing. It's something that you could only do in the randomizer. Is using the mirror here. This secondary entrance is a fantastic sort of checkpoint to use for this, because the mirror can take you right back to the start of the dungeon, and this is even the best way around of getting this as well, because the big key, you can open a big chest straight away, and then you go to the cannon room where the big key would normally be, and you can just mirror back to the start of the dungeon, and it's so fast. You check everything in one fell swoop, and this is the sort of joy that Randomizer can give you that normal play can't.
Absolutely. And there's a small key. Why not? Why not at this point? So, let's have a quick conversation here, Gamer Cal.
Sure.
We have Swamp Palace, we have Palace of Darkness, and we have Turtle Rock as your Pendant dungeons.
Yep.
There's a bottle. So... we can already say goodbye to a pedestal seed.
Yeah, because everything that you would need at this point would have to be... yeah, because you can't be the hook shot. I guess it could be Aether.
Only way. That's the only way. That would be the only way.
Of course, the funniest one would be if it was the book to get Aether from the tablet. That would be the funniest one, but...
yeah, but under this logic, book cannot be in the pedestal.
Okay, I thought it could for whatever reason.
That was one of the 20 additions, is the fact that the book can be in the pedestal now.
See, the way that I read it, I thought it was that you might have to pull the pedestal before you get the book, so you can't check it beforehand. But then again, I swear I've had to do that once. So, now before this logic. So, I don't know.
I read it the other way, so just to answer the questions, this is still under 18 logic. We are running 18 logic until all racers that are still in the tournament agree to run with the new logic. And Cape Strat's here for Iggy. And remember, he's got the 6 hits because he still has yet to get into Escape to get the Tempered Sword.
And to answer the question of why he's so behind, he took the gamble on Aga, and it didn't pay off because you needed to go into Eastern.
Oh, beautiful! Crrool! And there's the Cane of Brian.
That's pretty funny, I've got to say. But yeah, fantastic kill there. I don't normally see people get it too successfully when they attack from the top. Usually, the way I don't always get it myself, but the way I try and do it is attacking them from the side, and it seems to work pretty well. Most of the time, I see people attack it from the top first, and they just miss the first shot. Because I guess they move more horizontally than vertically, on average.
And Crrool just a little too left to the block, and now Iggy is going to be able to make his backdoor entry into the Desert Palace here. Iggy, I'm surprised, doesn't go back to Escape. He does now take a look at the map, see what we already know. By the way, 5 and 6. I think 6 was Ice Palace.
Yeah, they're vanilla, but switched. So that's kind of funny.
Ooh, well, okay.
Because normally Iggy, Ice is Crystal 5, but yeah.
He's about to get his chili ice rod that he now doesn't need.
Yeah, I mean... mostly this is just going to cause awkwardness in the menu, but at the same time, sometimes it's actually kind of useful to have that particular spot. It's like the bug net. You usually don't care for it, but there are some times where it makes menuing a little bit easier to get to certain items when you haven't got a filled roster yet.
So with the items that they have right now, Skullwoods is beatable, Thieves Town is beatable.
Yep.
And also, well, it's even though it's a Pendant dungeon, so too are Palace of Darkness. And also, Turtle Rock, if they had the right medallion for it, but neither of them have any medallions.
Yeah.
Crrool playing the money game here to buy himself some free money.
That's not a bad trick. That doesn't work anymore because it was a glitch and it was fixed in more recent versions, but it's a nice trick to know.
So,
alright. Oh, just a half. Well, useful half piece.
The whole thing here is, with Iggy, is everything's going to take a little bit longer for him to kill at this point because of the fact that he's missing a particular key sword upgrade that Crrool was able to get about 5 minutes into this game.
Yeah, it's no. I mean, it's sort of surprising in a way just how impactful that can be. But since we haven't seen any other swords yet, it really does make a big difference.
And this is after seeing a whole bunch of scenes where the escaped 3 chests were all nothing but money and love.
That's usually what it is, despite it technically being locked behind the power glove. So it is actually, in V18 logic, you would think it would be somewhere where items would be more likely to, occur because it's locked behind something. But it doesn't usually work out that way. I still remember the first new logic seed that I played that way, where I think it was one of the races that we got bombs in escape, and then it was something like Hookshot, Cane of Samaria, and Bow were the 3 items that were in those chests. So I was like, yeah, okay, this is definitely different. I don't usually find 3 good items in those chests.
Crrool having to wait out the bunny beam here before you can check the chest to get a key in it.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing, like, I eventually learned that myself. The way around it, he went there, instead of screen transitioning down and then right, he went right and then just straight down through that particular screen. And that doesn't give you any time to actually get around the bunny beam, because it's already started moving by the time you can set a dash off. So you just can't skip around it, it's too narrow of a corridor. But even if you don't have the Pegasus boots, if you come in from the lower right entrance bit there, you can just walk it and you can get past that thing before it starts moving.
So far I haven't seen anything nice here in Thieves Town.
No, but it is a fairly straightforward dungeon to do, and you basically have to get all the items outside of maybe the big chest anyway, and yeah, it's something you have to do required help.
And Crrool having some difficulties here against the Lambolas. Finally gets one killed with silver, gets the second one killed, and swings and misses on the third.
Iggy's had a rough time with this fight. Tried to use the fire rod strats to begin with.
And finally gets the third one down. Oh, Butter Sword in Thieves Town.
Ah! Well, that might level the playing field a little bit, because you can pretty much guarantee that Iggy is actually going to get that.
That depends on when Iggy goes there. If he opts to go Skullwoods first, then all bets are off.
I have a hard time feeling like he's going to go Skullwoods first, because trying to do Moth without any sword upgrades is a tall order.
He might think that he's got some sort of ability to do so with half magic. We'll see which way he goes coming out of here. And he's heading towards the village of outcasts.
Yeah, I mean, Moth still takes about 8 fire rod shots, even if they all connect and it doesn't get spike logged. So even with half magic, you only have 16 fire rod hits, and you have to use magic in the torture room to get there. So it's really risky. I don't believe there are any potions at the moment that the players have picked up in the bottles. It's mostly just fairies and bees. So he will most definitely be appreciating the offense boost when he gets to the later parts of this dungeon.
For people wondering, what Crrool needs to go into go mode at this point would be the hookshot and the ether medallion, and if he's not comfortable with dark rooms, the lantern, because you still got to get through Mystery Mire.
He quote-unquote needs the flippers, but he can fake flipper to ice, so that, unless Swamp is actually required for an item, he won't need to go in there, but by the logic's requirements, he needs flippers as well.
So, Crrool knocking off Blind. Blind today has the compass, and Crrool finishing off Thieves Town, his 4th crystal.
I suppose Blind could maybe sense the magnetic waves that come from the compass. I mean, just because he can't see doesn't mean it has no other senses.
And the other thing is, 4 crystals at 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's pretty good, isn't it? Wish I had this sort of seed more often.
Same here. I'm lucky if I have 2 crystals at the hour mark sometimes.
Ah, this is good use of the cape here, because Iggy doesn't have the offenses to actually kill those guys in a good amount of time. Really nice use of the cape to get up there.
Alright guys, time for the Froggy... Well, not the World Tour. That's never gonna come back unless Parisian Player just decides to do an encore one of these days.
That was pretty amusing, I have to say.
Alright, time to Hammer Dash.
This has got to be one of the most satisfying places to do this trick.
And Iggy now getting the Butter Sword, which means the 3 chests that are in Escape are no longer useful to him. He might still pop in at some point to see what's in them. He'll probably will route it in such a way that he heads towards the Dark World stuff in the north end of the graveyard, then head on over into there to see what he missed.
Nasty RNG off of that Buzz Blobby guy. Well, it's not Buzz Blob, it's the red whatever it's supposed to be called. I don't know the enemy names of the things in Dark World, but right, what counterfeiting stuff we got?
10
okay.
arrows.
I mean, as weird as it is to say, you actually can't buy arrows in this game, like anywhere in vanilla, so there's no set value for them, so I imagine that's actually quite a good deal.
Next up for Crrool will be the digging game.
Okay, so I guess he's... I think I'd have taken the purple chest first and fluted to the spot and then come back round here myself.
2 different routing choices, yeah.
This
Either way,
isn't bad. Like, it's that's not, you know, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. But I think it would have been slightly quicker to do that. Neither of them have magic powder though, so there's no checking the bat at the same time as the chest.
Bomb increase, not really fun at the digging game today. And apparently, Blind hadn't seen the Eye Doctor in years. Crrool now heading over towards the south end of the Haunted Grove area.
So maybe he's actually gonna just do the flute purple chest thing later. Ooh, that's not bad.
Yeah, the lantern's a nice find, especially when you have to deal with those dark rooms in Misery Mire.
So I imagine Crrool is going to basically do what I would have done, but in reverse, whereas I would have taken the purple chest first and then gone back to the town. I imagine he's going to go back to the purple chest later and just clear out all the stuff here first, which makes total sense. It's basically what I would have done, just the opposite way around.
Yeah,
so.
There's 2 different routing abilities that you can. The only thing you can't do is take the purple chest and try to go do a digging game.
Yeah, the one that I was worried he was going to do was basically just go ahead and do the digging game, then go back up and get the purple chest and go around all the stuff there. That's something I see people do if they can check the Bombos tablet, and it's if you don't have the hammer, that's definitely a good way round to go, but not quite so good when you have all the tools to navigate the Dark World and the flute.
Hype World, Hype Cave, Dark World, Hype Cave.
No, Bombos!
The Bombos, which is not required, that we know of. There's the bug catching yet, that we know it's not required.
Oh, what are you talking about? Bugnet is always required. How else are you going to defeat Aghanim 2? Like Karkat's had a bug dash that got a triple hit.
You could be like me and just furiously swing your sword and end up missing him all 3 times.
Just hope that something hits, yeah.
Hope and pray. So the arsenal of items that Crrool has pretty much just meant that Iggy's 5 minutes killing Aga 1 was not required. So as you were mentioning here, Iggy's doing this in reverse order here.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what he does after he is the frog here. Or did he already do the digging game first?
I believe he did the digging first.
Okay. I mean, that'd be great if the purple chest had the book. That'd be a really funny way around of that. So, oh, you wanted to check Bomber's tablet efficiently? Well, here's the tablet's enabler. Have fun.
Good luck, we're all counting on you. Alright, catfish. What is catfish going to have?
This is nice because Crrool hasn't checked Zora yet, so catfish into Zora combo.
Why would you want to make a route optimization that would save you time?
I don't know. I mean, these speedrunner folks are pretty strange, so... just a red rupee this time. Showing no love to the catfish.
He doesn't need that stinking money. Iggy taking the chest.
Oh, not gonna be useful this time. Just a melted rock on that ledge there.
That'd be... What is that? Is that the shield?
It's the fire shield, yeah. It's weirdly colored because of the palette that Link has right now. The shields all borrow from your current palette, from what I've been told, so... Oh,
Digging.
Here we go! So, I heard you liked the fetch quests.
Would you like a fetch quest?
Yeah, so Iggy's doing what I said not... Well, I would say what I said not to do. You know what I mean with that. This is what I've seen a lot of people... They can check bomb burst, but otherwise it's just kind of slower, because you're not really able to do all the dashing stuff that you would normally. You can sort of cheat it out if you've got the hookshot, but they don't. So you can see, whereas Crrool was using the Pegasus boots all the way from this stuff. Iggy's just having to walk.
Digging time for the hookshot!
Oh!
500 rupees required.
That's pretty strong, I have to say, and that more than anything to lead you up the mountain now. The hammer could have led you up the mountain before, as I said at the time, but the hookshot is the guaranteed. You are going up the mountain now.
So now, Crrool is just an ether medallion away from Gomo. Well, that and the flippers, but as you mentioned before, he can fake flippers to the Ice Palace.
Yeah. I imagine we're going to see the flippers on Death Mountain somewhere. The advantage compared to, say, how I would have had done the hammer stuff here, the advantage that Crrool has now is he could check Hookshot Cave too. So that is something I wouldn't have been able to do on my first trip up here. May or may not be necessary, but there's 3 items that I wouldn't have been able to get, whereas he can now. So we'll see if that pays off.
There's your flippers. There's the Quake.
I hate to say I called it, but... There we go.
By the way, don't forget, Crrool died on his way to Hobo, so we don't even know what Hobo has yet.
Yeah, and Iggy just didn't do Fate Flippers at all, so... Boomerang's a pretty fun one here. I mean, you'd probably just keep the bombs out. Oh, there's the book, okay. So now Aether can be checked as well.
Mushroom, fetch quest.
Badger.
Roger that.
Alright, so Crrool's actually just not going to do that. This is fine because if he does... I think the ideal way here would be if he used the Dark World portal here and checked Super Bunny Cave.
48 minutes in. Iggy is making a play with the fake flippers for the Ice Cave. Or the Ice Palace.
That is interesting. So, I'm pretty sure he thinks he is quite far behind because of doing Aggie. And finding out, yeah, that wasn't remotely necessary. So, he wants to take the plays, and I do not blame him for that at all. Didn't quite get the hookshot trick. That's a shame.
Is it faster to do the hookshot trick than it is to just mirror those blocks away?
Yes, because you then keep the hookshot out for the cave.
Oh, good point.
I suppose if you're looking to just go to if you're looking to go to Turtle Rock, you're going the wrong direction. But if you're looking to go up to Turtle Rock, then maybe it's not. But
Gamer Cal, what is this seed?
I have no idea. Blue Mail in his vanilla dungeon at the very least. It's just.
And that's after we have found the Moon Pearl in that vanilla dungeon.
And the bow in his vanilla place. What is going on here? Got on the top, just a Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut.
Yeah, making that reference specifically because I remember somebody asking about that just now. So I keep hearing Pizza Hut, not Pizza Hut, so...
Just to remind people, in case you didn't see it on the top of your screen, Iggy won Game 1 of this Best of 3 series. Crrool needs to win this in order to force a Game 3. It would be the first Game 3 that's forced in this bracket stage so far.
Sadly, nothing good in the rest of Hook. But that would have been haunting me for a while, not being able to get those items at the time. Also, Iggy going for the bomb jump here too. I wonder if he gets a small key in the second chest here. I wonder if he's going to go for the second bomb jump.
I'm surprised Crrool didn't opt to check the Ether Medallion.
He's probably going to get back around to it. Imagine. Because that way, if he goes back round the top here, he can do Ether into Spike Cave.
Oh, right, yes, you're correct.
So he might opt to go back around afterwards.
Still nothing, and big key at least. That gives some more options here for Iggy.
Yeah, he doesn't have the hookshot to do the trick, so he has to do the vanilla route here.
What's wrong with the vanilla?
I mean, vanilla ice cream is pretty good, but... Oh wow, the Cabbage Patch coming in massively there. Oh boy.
Yeah, the dead rocks and the cabbage.
I like the play from Iggy here. This is something I end up doing if I fall down place by mistake as well. He is going to clear this dungeon since he's done the bomb jump. Then he's going to come back through the dungeon without the bomb jump intact, so that he can just clear the other chests that he didn't get before.
And cold stare. Get him over the corner. Oh no, he got hit with the falling block there, and that got rid of the ability to kill him in the corner.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame. Half Magic Fire are doing a lot of work there, though.
Yeah, it kind of makes it easy there, and cold stare is down. What does cold stare give? The map.
Aw.
And 20 rupees.
Falling from the heavens.
I wish I could have that falling from the heavens.
Right? Would make a lot of things easier.
Yes, Dode versus Swerve is going to be coming up in about 38 minutes from now. That's going to be on Speed Gaming 2.
Wait, Iggy's just leaving? Why make that play in the first place?
I think he is going to go ahead and gamble that those other items are not required. Now, what if Crrool comes in and finds the ether in there?
Because we know the Portly Fairy cannot actually have any items that are required here, because to get to her, you have to do... Yeah. So now finally going to check this. I would have liked to have seen King's Tomb being checked first, because you're going to be safe quit now.
Oh, true, yes. Torches the witch.
You're always spamming the button so much there that you end up just accidentally using the next item. And oh, there it is!
For the mushroom! Crrool's on go mode at 53 minutes in!
And a great use of just buying the potion there as well, just to make absolute sure. It's like, right, I am right here, I am gonna get a potion, and then I will never have to come back here for the rest of the seed. This is most definitely Crrool's game to lose now.
And Crrool off to Misery Mire.
And, you know, well, obviously Iggy has now made the right play with the Ice Palace stuff, but you know the great thing with this, all of Crrool's dungeons left to do would be kind of annoying to 100%. Misery Mire, you've still probably got to do most of it, but you might get lucky and the big key's in one of the first two chests. And Skullwoods is pretty annoying to 100%, but it's really, really fast when you don't have to. He's got the... well, Swamp Palace is not necessary anymore, so that's fine, but Ice Palace is another one where getting all the items is really annoying.
Well, so you know another dungeon that's nice to be on go mode for? The dungeon that Iggy's in right now.
Yeah, Skullwoods is a really good one to not have to do all the stuff in. And finds a shield! That's... Wait! Oh, I guess the guy wasn't spawned in at the time, like he was still materializing, so he didn't actually... the fire rod shot there. Gotta be really careful, actually, Crrool is way down on hearts right now.
Yeah, and a lot of these things would bump him for a heart no matter what mail you're wearing.
He's maybe gonna have to use that potion after all, because he's also incredibly low on magic, so getting the small key chest arrow is probably not gonna happen without resource gaining here.
Watch him get a big key out of here. Nope, it's just a burrito.
Now that's Andy's favorite place to get it, because then you just hover across the bridge and clear the ring, so...
What, you can hover across that bridge? It's not like we haven't seen that this tournament yet.
Who was it? Was it Dodecahedron that did that?
Oh yeah. Oh, you gotta get up that real fast, down to a half a heart.
Wow, that was way too close.
You might want to think about using that blue potion now.
Well, there is a fairy...
There he goes.
Okay. They did get a fairy from the Lost Woods, and that hasn't been used yet, so... I kind of forgot about that before, but... Oh, missing the fire road shots.
Well, the other thing is Crrool's about to come up to the place where he's got to light the torches.
Yeah. But you could have just gone down first, and there's a full magic just before you go up the stairs, so...
Oh, right, yes, you're right.
And then there's one more full magic just before you go down to basement, so that's where you would recover that.
And he's going to go to the right-hand side because, well, you don't want to go full clear this dungeon. You don't want to have to deal with the torches. That takes way too long.
I do it anyway because in about 90 to 95% of the seeds I play, the big key is in one of those two chests on that left side. Yeah, I didn't see if he got 2 items out of that dungeon, Iggy. I only saw the 1 at the moment.
Crrool, where are you going?
He's going to check it anyway.
Crrool? You got the big key.
Did he?
I believe so.
Oh, ow.
Gonna have to hurry up here.
There's loads of time, especially if you're doing the glitch. There's loads of time there.
Never mind. It was a small key. It looked like a big key.
Oh dear.
That's why he's still searching.
Yep. Every time. Every single time. I swear.
Crrool picks up a small key. He's off now to go against Vitreous. That's a small key, by the way, guys.
Oh dear. So Iggy is going to use the hammer to get across to the other side of Death Mountain. He'll be able to pick up the relevant stuff here, because Hookshot Cave didn't really have anything that was any good in the end, so that much is okay. Oh, switch blocks are well, Canis Mario blocks are rather finicky when it comes to being on switches, which is what makes that room so difficult to do in the dark. Oh, sorry, Iggy, but only the hookshot is metal enough to not get zapped by those guys. For some reason, the hammer, which you would think would, with its magicness, wouldn't get hit by that. It still electrifies you.
Iggy picking up the 20 rupees here, but he is going to get some good stuff up here, including the mushroom that turned out to be required.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that and the flippers, which he doesn't really need anymore because he's already fate flippered to ice, but details, you know.
Minor details. The one thing he's missing is the hook shot, which we know is a fetch quest away from him.
Yeah, gotta get to Zora, which is always fun, right?
Yeah, well, everybody loves a trip to Zora.
I remember one of the seeds I had in the tournament had the hook shot on the ledge, and I was just, oh, please have Zora with the flippers here because we didn't have them yet, and luckily enough they were. So, do you think Crrool's going to have enough arrows for this fight against Vitreous? I don't know. 50 no, I mean 50 hours left. It's
here we go. He made it! He made it! Oh my god, he made it! And he gets a big key for the efforts.
Yep, absolutely big key.
You know, if I'm going to misidentify keys, I might as well just continue the whole thing.
Just do it all the time, yeah. Right, so that is left for Crrool now is Ice Palace and
Skull
Woods. Yep, both of which are incredibly quick dungeons to do under these conditions. And it doesn't really matter which one you do first here, because you basically got the same stipulation on both of them. It is
rush
just
to the boss.
And then once you're done with that, mirror out, flute to your next destination, go from there. There's not really any reason to do one over the other at the start, so this is one of those good choices, sort of whatever you want to do. Just double checking which dungeons are needed, that is a good idea. You could do any dungeon he wants at this point, but it's a good idea just to double check what you need to do.
Alright, let's see what Crrool gets here. He's going to kill off this electro jelly thing for a big key.
So, where do you think Iggy's going to go?
Catfish, then Zora. Or not. He just proved me wrong.
Apparently, that's the wrong answer today. Oh, he is going to check Hobo.
Yeah,
that's
he's going to see
good.
what the Hobo has.
See, this is a really smart placement here. Like, this is not something you would think about normally. Is that as an option in order to reach Hobo? Oops, getting tapped on the edge there. I think, funnily enough, if
Single rupee was the reward for visiting the Hobo. You just stole this bank account.
Well, I guess we now know why he's a bum. What? Crrool doesn't know the kill strat in this room. To be fair, I didn't know it until about a week before but
I still don't know it.
You place a bomb on the pot tile. You lift the one that he did. You place a bomb on that tile after you load the guy down, and then you pull the pot that's got the heart from the bottom, go right to the bottom of the screen, and as soon as the guy lands, you chuck the pot there, and it kills them both in one shot.
Iggy's heading over to Zora. We'll be picking up a shovel. Probably going, why am I getting a shovel? That's because for another seed in this tournament, the shovel turns out to be very, very important. Crrool ending up messing up after getting the bomb jump, so he's gonna have to do the bomb jump again.
I remember the first time I used this in a race, actually. I got the bomb jump on, I believe, the first go, and then I fell off like Crrool did there, and it took me about 7 or 8 goes to get the bomb jump again. And it's so heartbreaking, because you especially when you've just learned a thing like that, you end up going, oh great, I got it first time, the practice has paid off, and then you mess up, it's like, oh god, why? And you have to go back, and nerves are hitting you at that point because you've got to hit it twice in a row, and it's just, oh, why can't I do this now? I just did it just now, it's so easy.
Iggy, I hope you remember that you turned in that mushroom.
Yeah, but I suppose he can always flute back.
I'm hoping he routes it after he's done with this, though, because then he'll be on go mode.
Yeah, and that would basically be what he has to do right now, because, yeah, Crrool has been in go mode for a little bit at this stage.
Continue. Now he remembers. There we go. There we go. That was nerve-wracking.
Thankfully. Excellent. Yeah, we're not... Oh, sap. I can't remember who it was that was asking for a statistic to be added for how many times you get electrocuted, but there's +1 to that count.
And Iggy's now in go mode 2, heading over to Misery Mire, but Crrool is finishing up with Ice Palace, going to be heading over to the Turtle Rock, not Turtle Rock. He's got Skull Woods after this.
Item! You should have had out the cape. Doesn't really need it, but the Cane of Burner, not only apart from the lag, the Cane of Burner stops you from using a spin attack, because of the sparkly thing is basically a spin attack in its own right. So, whilst the cape will let you do your usual sword stuff, the Cane of Burner doesn't let you spin. So you don't have the same easy time of keeping them in the corner. Yeah, Iggy's not out of this, because he has all the stuff now, and Iggy's execution, from what I've been seeing here, is definitely a slight step up. It's not a gigantic rift, but Iggy will clear rooms faster than Crrool on average, from what I'm seeing here. So it is not game over by any means, but Iggy is definitely on the back foot.
Yeah, but here's the problem right now with Iggy. Iggy needs Crrool to have something bad happen to him at this point in time, or a right side, left side gamble that can help Iggy catch up a little bit of time, because Crrool's just going to blitz through Skull Woods. This is only going to take about 2 minutes tops, and then he's off to Ganon's Tower. He's going to get one of the top times of this tournament at this point.
So this is the catch, though, is that we know that the Misery Maya Big Key is in pretty much the worst location it could be from a lot of players, right? Because it is in that default place. That's going to take a lot more time to clear than the last dungeon Crrool is doing here. They might both be on their 7th dungeon, but because of the placement of the Big Key, this is going to be a much longer experience for Iggy, unless he does what I...
Another zap!
Unless he does what I normally do and does this place first, which he might do because he has the magic for it.
Oh, which direction he goes after he gets this chest here will be up for debate. Does he go straight down or does he go to the right? He is going straight down. That's gonna help.
Nice. Okay, yeah, that is what he needed to do right now to stay in this, because as you can see, Crrool is only 2 rooms away from the boss room here. So very, very quick, and this is before we watch the really long cutscene too, and then you've still got to do basement, so there is a decent gap, but it is not an insurmountable one for sure.
Both these guys are going to be putting together a blitz fast time here.
Oh yeah, this is a fantastic seed as far as speed goes. Oh, very nice.
Macula down just like that. And Crrool gets the small key for the efforts.
You know, it's the funny thing with that, almost synchronized big key pickups there. But what's kind of funny with that is the cutscene hadn't quite ended by the time Crrool hit that last shot. So that is the sort of extent of the difference here.
Alright guys, Crrool has to mirror himself over to the light world. Will he check the pedestal for us? No, not at all. There's no reason for him to do so. He's on his way to Ganon's Tower.
Is he going to pick up a potion first? No. Okay.
No, he is not. But he's off to Ganon's Tower. There's 21 chests in the torch item to make 22 possibilities where this big key can be located, or rather in this game, because I can't talk and I can't see things properly, the small key. Pick a number between 1 and 22. Tell me which chest you think the small key is going to be in. I'll turn to Gamer Kale. What number?
I'm going to say 9.
I'm going to go 7.
7 would be better because that's one location earlier. Well, 2 locations earlier. The 9th one. But because 7 is in the Style Child room. Or the mini Stalfos room. Iggy's got to be careful here. He is. I know he's got the fairy, but he is only got down to just the 1 heart here. Yeah, and go with the cave strats.
And neither of these people have any powder to turn these anti.
Oh, Crrool, why? This is the reason why I wondered if Crrool was going to go and pick up a potion, because he doesn't have any magic powder. So that means the 14 heart sort of support pickup at the end of Ganon's Tower is not available. So whatever he gets through Gauntlet with, he is going to be stuck with. So that was why I was curious if he was going to pick up another potion just as a safety measure.
Alright, so Iggy now getting his crystal number 7 and be heading off to Ganon's Tower, where he thinks he probably is in a decent position, even though he did do AGA 1.
Yeah, the thing is, with the way his gambles paid out, even though he did do that, he isn't that far behind, and when you've got all of your dungeons done in less than an hour and 10, that is pretty significant.
So, Crrool entering Ganon's Tower, 1 hour 9:20. And we see him do the right side first two, and Iggy getting hit with the dead rocks too. Oh, and for good measure, decides to body him again, and we get the small key pickup here for Crrool, heading on over to the left side now.
Thankfully, damage dealt by dead rocks is reduced by your mail upgrades, so the damage is negligible, especially compared to cabbage hits. Hey, Bob's gonna live.
We see the burrito on the torch. No, thank you, says Crrool. So looks like Bob's gonna live.
Thank you, says Bob as well, I'm sure. So Iggy taking route, which I would normally take, the slightly slower route around here. Oh, yeah, you can't go through that way. Andy timed this because I questioned him on it when we were doing commentary in the brackets, and apparently, even assuming reasonably poor, RNG on the dead rocks from both sides, this is a second slower, even if you have to do what Crrool did and open up Turtle Rock's teleporter. But it is so negligible, and it keeps your item as the one that you want, that if you are comfortable doing that trick, then just do this route.
Crrool having a little bit of issues here with this Ganon's tower as far as staying up, not falling into pits at this moment.
Yeah.
And, this is still a close race. Oh, there's the single arrow.
The validation arrow. It's being found.
Ladies and gentlemen, the single vampire skewer has been found.
So it's funny calling that the validation arrow when you go, well, there's a green rupee in the thing. Why isn't that a validation rupee? It's because there's two of them. So there's only one single arrow in the entire game, but there are two single rupees. So
where is that single arrow in the vanilla game?
I don't remember, but I have a feeling it's probably somewhere in here.
Somewhere trollish. So, Iggy, which way is he going to go? Oh, he's going to go the conventional route.
Yeah.
Like, that would be a big play right there if Iggy decided to do that, and that's what caught him up and ended up winning here, because we've yet to see the big key on Crrool's end.
Yeah, the risk I take with that, or used to take, was if I got two small keys in those chests, then I would go right side first.
There's Ringu.
That's pretty good. Oh, the right
shield,
right side.
And we've got the big key. Chest number 13.
So I was in the right room, I just didn't get it because the wrong order of the opening stuff, I think.
So if you pick chest number 13, that means you win. What's our prize today, Gamer Cow?
A lifetime supply of absolutely nothing.
And that's our thank you for playing Where's the Big Key?
Da-da-dun. Alright, so now it is a question. See, okay, since you just got the mirror shield and you've got the silver arrows and stuff, you can do, I believe, Kenny strats is the way to put it in there, where you just kind of charge in. That's something I was doing before I even heard of that, but if you've got the mirror shield, you can sort of just tank the fireball and just go straight down into that room and take them out that way. But it isn't really something I see too many people doing. This is something I see quite a few people doing as well, and I must admit, I'm not entirely sure why. Hitting the crystal switch the second time.
Kenny sounds like some okay kind of guy.
Yeah.
Crrool not opting to grab some backup fairies. Probably figures the one fairy he still has in reserve is good enough for this remainder, and probably also thinks that because of how fast the seed was, Iggy is right on his heels, if not ahead of him.
Too bad he's not using the fire rod, otherwise this would be going a lot better. Just saying.
Yeah, he's getting hit with a lot of lag because of the silver arrows on top of
that as well, yeah. Not to mention arrows are much harder to hit because of the delay in starting in their startup, and the fact that they're just smaller in general. They don't travel as fast either, and that's not even including the lag. So at this point,
it's faster.
Yeah, at this point, for at least the first two rooms there, Ryko Rider's play of using bombos in these rooms would have been a bit quicker.
Oh, absolutely. Now, Crrool's gonna have to be careful down to 2.5 parts, 1.5 parts.
Yeah, that was a deliberate wait there so that the fireball would bonk off the shield. So, I like that. Quick thinking.
Now, just a reminder that Crrool does have a fairy, so he can hit a death here.
Nice.
He doesn't want to have to take another one. And there's another 3-head kill right there.
He is 6 for 6 on them.
Grab some insurance before heading upstairs. He is 114.35 heading up to the 5th floor. Iggy going to grab some insurance.
Yeah, he's down at 2 hearts. There's not really much of a choice for him. No magic powder and 2 hearts. Definitely want to take the insurance there.
Crrool missing out here, but oh, nice use of the second burner shot the Samaria shot to knock the remainder off.
Yeah.
He has to still be careful of his health. I'm sure he wants to hold on to the fairy for Ganon though, but if he has to use it here.
Yeah, see, this is... Oh dear. This is why I would have considered picking up a potion before coming up, because then without the powder, you're usually going to take quite a bit of punishment during GT, and without the powder backup here, he will not be able to have that much health going on the rest of this place. Bit precarious. Oh, that's interesting. I've not seen that play before, using the Pegasus boots there. This is what I love about commentating these things, is you get to see lots of different plays that you wouldn't normally even think about from all of these amazing players.
Iggy not having quite as smooth of a Lamola fight here. Gets the second one down, and he's about ready to head over to the 5th floor, about 1 hour 16:06.
Okay, you know, and I guess that made a bit more sense, seeing Crrool saying there, because when you have that crystal switch hit in just before the cannonball room, it actually does make it easier to just run straight through the last room, so long as you're not looking to get the magic from the pot. And
Crrool now dealing with Molder and gets him finished off.
Validation!
Some bombs, or a bomb increase rather, in the validation chest.
He did get +1 bomb off of it. This was before the V18 gave you +1 bomb for every well, not +1, but it gave you 1 bomb for every 5 that your capacity went up by, which I kind of wish they kept that.
Crrool at Agam 2, 1 hour 16:50.
This is fantastic, seeing the speed of this seed.
1, 2, 3.
Whoa! Fantastic positioning there.
1,
Not
2,
getting straight shots.
5.
1, 2, 5. Yeah. Oh.
0.
Yeah. I figured that was gonna happen. I think what he should have done there is he should have been on the right-hand side of the real agate, and then just did the spin attack, because he would have spun away the one that was at the bottom that he got hit by, and the spin attack would have lasted long enough to hit the last one back at him.
Iggy down with Molder and already.
Yeah, it's like I said, his execution on the whole has been better. Crrool had a really hard time during a lot of those gauntlet rooms, and Iggy was significantly faster. Just had a bit of a misstep with the landmos.
Crrool. Yeah. Oh, what's Crrool doing? Is he going for the fairy?
Yeah.
He's going for the fairy.
This, in the end, I believe, has cost a little bit more time than just getting the potion. But, good job he's got mail, because that, you know, this is gonna give Iggy a big chance to catch back up, though.
Now, here's the thing. Would it be faster just to save and quit? Oh no, it wouldn't work for Crrool because he hasn't defeated Aga. It would only work for Iggy. And Aga 2 down for Iggy. He's
this
off
is going to be really close now.
Oh my god! Crrool's decision to go pick up a fairy has now made it so this is going to be a tight finish. Oh, Crrool at stage 2. Both runners have a fairy. Both runners have a green potion. Crrool on to stage 3.
The scary thing here is that if Iggy didn't take that gamble on Aga Tower, he would have won this by like 4 minutes, huh?
Yep. Crrool getting set up here for the torch glitch, although they have silver arrows, not quite as much of a concern here. Iggy getting him whacked a little bit, trying to get him over to stage 3. Crrool.
That's a shame. He could have had. He could have made. Oh, he didn't get it. He could have maybe had a double hit there if he just went for the silver arrows first and then lit the torches afterwards.
Crrool gets 1.
Yeah, I think Crrool has got this. But it is really close, and that is a very, very nice thing to see.
Crrool walking around, trying to make sure that he gets the torches lit here. Getting over to the side here. This should be the final hit. No, it's not. It's 3. He's got to light the torch here. Watch out for the bat. It's not going to allow him to get another hit on him. Oh, another torch out.
Down to the final stage here, huh?
Oh, Iggy didn't get the torch glitch either. This is going to be tight. Oh, and Crrool gets it. Iggy gets him too. Oh my god.
1 arrow difference.
Oh my god. Oh my god! Crrool's gonna walk in the door! And the timer, come on! Open the door! He's in!
Crrool finishes with an official SRL time of 1 hour 20 and 10 seconds. Iggy finishes with an official SRL time of 1 hour 20 and 15 seconds. 5 seconds difference in SRL timing is all that separated these guys.
Oh my god. 5 seconds apart. The closest finish we've had all tournament.
Well then.
Ladies and gentlemen, Crrool has forced a game 3.
That is definitely something.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by 5 seconds, Crrool.
Thank you. Wow, okay, that was a lot closer than I thought.
Admittedly, that was a lot closer than I would have thought it would have been as well. But, yeah, fantastic race.
That was very close.
What a steed, am I right?
Yeah, that was like the fact that I found the bow in Eastern was already one of those moments where I was like, okay, thank God I went in here.
Yep.
Because I was considering going for Aga, considering you know, that was what our last race was like.
Admittedly, that was a lot
closer than back then.
It would have been as well.
So I think you know, this is
fantastic race.
This is. I'm glad I did not decide to go for that one.
What a steed, am I right? I believe that, I mean, don't even believe, that is pretty much what decided it, because Iggy went early Aga and found a whole load of nothing with the heart piece on the pyramid, as you know, so that was it.
I pretty much figured, you know, if I'm gonna make the change here, it's gonna have to be not doing Aga. Well, I mean, other than that, I had my mess-ups here and there, but it felt like it was going pretty well. But then again, I also knew that even if Iggy went for Aga, he'd probably be right behind me, if nothing else.
That was it.
So...
Well, you weren't wrong on that. So, what was the... I mean, I say what was the decision, but you ended up going for the fairy at the base of the pyramid instead of looting to get a potion before going up.
Yeah, I knew I had a fairy in the back still.
Yeah, see, I was being told by a couple of people here, apparently, that you didn't, but I was sure that you did.
I had a fairy in the back, I knew that. But I also knew, you know, on 1.5 hearts, it's going to be close.
Yep.
So I figured, you know, we'll just go for it, and I'll take that fairy, and then at least I know I'll have enough health, and we'll just see how it goes.
Yeah,
So, at what point did you have a feeling that Iggy could have been just right behind you, breathing down your neck?
I think throughout the race. I mean, I've raced him before. I know it was going to be close regardless. Iggy is a fantastic runner in that, and I have no doubt that he would put in a fantastic race regardless. So I knew throughout the entire thing that it was going to get close, regardless of how it went. So, you know, all in all, I like, it was, I guess that kind of feeling, and having raced him before, it kind of kept breathing down my neck throughout the thing, regardless of where I was. I don't think there was any moment where I felt like this was not going to be close. But then when I found the items on Pyramid and I found that Ether Medallion from the Mushroom, I figured, okay, these are all like every main item is in a place that Iggy is going to check early. So I also knew that that was going to make for something.
Well, you just forced a game 3.
The first of the tournament, right?
I think so, yeah.
So how good does that feel?
It feels nice. I mean, I'm still hella nervous for the third match. Like I said, Iggy is a fantastic runner, so regardless of how it's going to go down, he is going to give me a run for my money.
Alright.
But it's still going to be fun to race a third time at least.
Alright, tell me about this seed here. This was a blistering fast seed.
This was a super fast seed. I mean, the boots in Kakariko, first and foremost, making it already really quick from the start. Basically, all of the main items that you need in places where you would expect them to be. Like on fast places like Mountain, Digging Game, or sorry, the Digging and then the Mushroom, both of them playing a big role.
Yeah.
And both of those are places you're going to get those kind of early. Like, as soon as you get a mushroom, you know that could potentially lead to an item, especially with how the logic works. So, at that point, like, and then actually finding something on both locations goes the exact same. It's going to be... or all of it was pretty easy to find, and with that, you know it's going to be fast, and you know that even if the other runner decides to go for Aga, it's still going to be fast, because you don't know what items he might not check that I would have checked.
Yeah, he took some gambles to come back in, Iggy, because he didn't clear all of Ice Palace when he went in early via Fake Flippers. He did Cold Stare and then left without actually checking all the... There was at least one or two other items he could have gotten in the dungeon. So that sort of thing is, I think he knew he would be behind by that point and was like, I need to catch up here, I need to do something for it. But one thing neither of you did, which I actually sort of questioned at the time, you both saw the hammer on the ledge at Desert Palace, and you got the Titan's Mitt from the old man. Did it occur to you at all at that point that maybe go and get the hammer and flute back up?
It very much did.
Okay.
But it occurred to me when I was about to enter Hera.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. We were sort of making the references stuff when you had to go down in the basement there and get the stuff.
Whoa. I have to ask this question, Crrool. You got boots in Kakariko Village. How the hell did you only have 14 bonks?
Nice!
That is not a lot of bonks right there, I know. It's
not in the slightest. That's really good. Also, sub-free menu time.
Yeah, I think all in all, like, it was a good run for me. I don't feel like I made too many major mistakes. The death on the fake flippers lost me some time, but in hindsight may have saved me just enough time. So in hindsight, that might not have been such a big deal. So yeah, all in all, good run throughout.
Yeah, I don't know what else I can really say to it, just what a seed. This is the sort of thing you would hope for in all of your runs, really. It just, please, give me something that I can do good execution on and just, run with.
No having to go into Pendant dungeons, 4 crystals, 40 minutes in, my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed my timer at like 36 minutes or something, getting the 3rd crystal. I was like, okay, this is really fast. Granted, these are all light world dungeons. And granted, like, I got the 1 cycle on, for example, on Molas both times, which actually really happy that I managed to get for once. But, you know, still, with as fast as a seed as it was just nice to get through this thing, basically. And it was just a nice seed to play. There weren't any major trolls anywhere. no items that were really going to be dumb. So it's just a fun seed to play.
Yeah, everything really nicely lined up where you could do one pretty clear path. And yeah, one in the race I had yesterday did a similar sort of thing with that, where you had this just one direction that you could go a lot, and that bow in Eastern really helped out with that direction. But just being able to do everything in sequence and not really having to do super funky routes anywhere and check a whole bunch of stuff that is super out of the way.
I do have to ask, when you were coming up to Eastern and you're coming towards the very end, you have no way to beat this dungeon and you're coming up to the last chest, were you getting nervous?
A little, but then again, I also knew there was an item there. I knew that if it was nothing, Iggy was probably ahead, because I knew there was a good chance that he would go for early Aga, especially because of our first raid. Other than that, I knew that it was the item to check. I knew that this was a logical way to play, but I was slightly nervous on that one. Especially because I knew there was a chance I'd find nothing, and it wasn't even so much that I wouldn't find the bow. It was more finding nothing, because if I find nothing, then I'd get stuck, and I would be forced into Aghanim, and that would cost me the race, because I pretty much figured that one. I know Iggy is slightly better than me execution-wise.
Yeah, I was mentioning that from what I'd seen during the race. I was thinking there's a lot of the places, with the exception of Landmolar in this one, you did fantastically at those. He did, in general, do things slightly better. So I was thinking if it came down to pure execution, then I would have.
I'm very much aware that Iggy is slightly better than me executing. So I know that if I'm going to have to win this, I'm going to have to win this on route. So I need to make a play on expecting what he is going to do and trying to not do that same thing.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason why I didn't go for early Aga, because I was expecting Iggy would when he noticed there wasn't anything else. It really is that, if you know that you're not going to win it on execution, you have to try and take a certain risk that your opponent probably won't, because that's the only way that you're going to get a lead. I did that in my first race of the tournament against ACM, and it actually got me a lead even against ACM for a little while. And I had to play it against Iggy as well, and that worked out in my favor this time around.
It's the same sort of thing that Fuster did with Vandy, and that nearly gave him the same sort of edge in the first games there.
That is the only way you're going to be playing this if you're not going to win it on execution.
It is a legitimately good strategy to take at times. Like, it's high risk, high reward. Sometimes it's going to pay off, sometimes it really isn't. But as you say, if you aren't going to win on pure technical skill, then oftentimes you're going to have to do those sorts of risks, because if you just play it safe, you're not going to win at all. It's playing to win versus playing not to lose.
Yeah, exactly. You got to make some judgment calls somewhere, and this time it ended up working out. Maybe next time it will, maybe next time it won't, and we'll have the third match to see.
I will point out that Iggy's time is about 45 seconds different than yours, so faster than yours, Crrool, on the total time.
Doesn't surprise me.
He saved quit a lot more at the start.
Yep.
And that's what sort of accounts for that, because more of his time in real time was spent at the start menu rather than in game.
Yeah, that really doesn't surprise me much. Especially with the way that he would play. Like I said, if you're trying to go for early Aga, if you're trying to do strats like that, then I'd expect you'd save in quite a lot more. I didn't have to save in quite a lot, so it makes sense that he would.
What kind of things are you going to do for the third and final match between you two?
I really have no idea. I think I'm going to try to take a bit of a similar strategy this time. Take some risks and hope they pay off, and we'll see from there.
All right, well, congratulations on the win.
Thank you. Thank you guys for commentating the match, and let's go for that third one soon.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Like I said, this one of those seeds which is really enjoyable just to watch as well as it must have been to play. So yeah, fantastic time for everyone.
Well, thank you guys, and I guess to the ones in chat, enjoy the future matches.
Oh yeah, can't wait for those. A lot of great matches coming up. There's one that's going right now, Swerve versus Dodecahedron. That's happening right now. That's happening right now, rather, on Speed Gaming 2.
Is there another race coming up here?
Next thing coming up here is happening over on Speed Gaming 1 will be Banjo-Kazooie. That tournament coming up beginning at 5 p.m. So that's going to do it for Link to the Past Randomizer tournament here. Do you want to pull up the schedule, Gamer Cal, for the Link to the Past, and I'll plug what's coming up here on Speed Gaming?
Sure. Let's see. So
while you're pulling that up, I'll go ahead and talk about the schedule here for the rest of today here on Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming 2, coming up at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Mega Man 3, that tournament coming up 6 p.m. That's on Speed Gaming 2. At 8 p.m. today, Banjo-Kazooie, as well as 5 o'clock, as we mentioned before. That's here on Speed Gaming. And then at 9 p.m. Eastern, another Banjo-Kazooie match on Speed Gaming 2. But Gamer Cal's got what you're looking forward to, the Link to the Past Randomizer schedule coming up for the next couple of days.
Yeah, so that is, with this Dodecahedron game playing just now, that is the only other game schedule for today. But tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. we have 2 races, one Speed Gaming and one Speed Gaming 2, where we've got Dark Magician and EOD on Speed Gaming, and the second match between Minis and Fred F. Coughlin. Those are both happening at 9:30. On Tuesday, at the same time, we have the second round between Dark Magician and EOD, and if that goes to a round 3, that will happen the day after. So the same time again, if that's a consistent schedule, it's always good. And then the only other games that are currently scheduled, there is Kanzi and Wild Anaconda playing on the 14th of May. That's a fair while away, but there is that. And then the repeat of that on Monday. Both of those are 5 p.m. Eastern. And it looks like since the thing has been updated, Mysticum and Aaron Dobbs races have also been scheduled. One of which for the submitted time is the 9th of May at 1 p.m. EDT, and the second one is on the 12th of May at 7 p.m. EDT. So that's, yeah, interesting thing there. I think there might be some time changes with that. It depends on just looking at the comment stuff there, but we'll get that hashed out.
And there's more matches to be scheduled as people get their arrangements for the upcoming matches. We don't know when Game 3 of this match between Iggy and Crrool is going to be. They'll go ahead and settle things up at some point in time. That's going to do it for us here. We're probably going to go over to host Speed Gaming 2 with the Swerve versus Dodecahedron match that's going on right now. 5 o'clock, what's going Banjo-Kazooie on this channel. So for Feasel, for Dark Magician, and the rest of the crew, for Willow J. Bradley, who is helping us out with the tracker, Gamer Cal, thanks for your work.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining me. It was a lot of fun.
It was definitely. So you take us on out of here. I'm Adirondack Rick. Have a good day.
All right, this has been Gamer Cal. Thank you guys very much for watching, and until next race, take care.